Hello and welcome. We have a tarot reading today for January the 11th through the 17th, Sunday to Saturday. My name is Angelyn. Thank you very much for joining me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. If it is, I appreciate you being here. I always appreciate people's engagement with the video, so if you don't mind, that would be so great to like or comment. Themes for the week, January 11th through the 17th. The world. The world. The beginning of something new or the end of something old. Now, last week we started with completion of a cycle, correct? And starting new things. And so I feel like this is a reverberation of that, where it's like, okay, so this week you're going to be able to make choices again. You're going to have a lot available to you. There's going to be a lot for you to consider and really decide. It's a beautiful thing. It can also be overwhelming. So just know that, and know that it looks like you're supported no matter what you choose. So know that, there's some level of success that's going to happen, whether you make a good choice or a bad choice. The second theme for the week is the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups tells us that, she is unafraid to go into really dark places, into, why am I doing this thing? What is this about? She is unafraid to look at any darkness in the face. Now, what that tells us is that there's going to be darkness to look at this week. So, it's a great card. She's beautiful. She's dreamy. She's, intuitive and deeply, deeply emotional. And also know that to use those aspects of yourself, you're going to have to be confronted with things that are dark. So hopefully you're going to be able to do that. Sunday, January the 11th, the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords bursts through things, sometimes without thinking, super passionate. Their thinking is just young. Remember her years ago, no matter how old you are, years ago when you used to look at this particular thing in this one way. And now you have sort of an evolved perspective, hopefully. But when you were young, you might have been more touchy about it, or more easily angered, or you might, perceive something as harmful when now you're like, no, it's not that harmful. That's him, okay? So he's sort of coming into a room with a sword and saying, I don't like that. I didn't like that you said that or did that. I feel, X way or Y way, and might make choices without thinking it through. So know that Sunday you might be a little bit sword happy. You might be making choices with your emotions or with wrong thinking, by using a thinking error. Be aware of that, because he moves into Monday. So see how they're facing each other? That means that Sunday and Monday have connection to each other. So be careful about what you are moving, using your sword against, because Monday we have the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is like your true north, the magnetic north, the compass point it's like this way, this feeling that I know exactly where I'm going and nobody's going to stop me. Like, we don't want anything to interfere with being an expert on moving forward, okay? We don't want anything from yesterday to interfere with Monday's ability to look forward, look ahead, and know exactly what I'm going to do and how. So be mindful about the way that you interact with people on Sunday and the gusto that you put toward things. What things? You will know. Okay, so Tuesday, the 12th, we have the Devil. So the Devil it represents will that has like an unassigned place. It's like without thinking, I'm just going to do this thing. So really, it's not necessarily bad. That can be good. But I think that the part we need to pay attention to is that it's unassigned. Remember last week how there was so much instruction around like, get things organized, really be strategic, look, decide, figure out how you can move forward in this area. This guy, Tuesday, represents the opposite of moving forward, but without having thought anything through. If you're doing that, you're probably not prepared. Okay. He's encroaching, coming up against that king. So I want you to know that the king on Monday is being sort of bombarded from both sides. On Sunday, we need to be careful. On Tuesday, we need to make sure that we're assigning our will, our action to something we actually want. Okay? When I drew a clarifier, I got the death card. So when I wanted to know what the devil was, what is this unassigned will that I don't understand? Death. Okay, death is about just letting something go. It's about something needing to move away. So that tells me that whatever this unassigned will is, it's something that is not helping us, that needs to go. So we're going to move to Wednesday real quick on the 14th because Wednesday is the Knight of Cups. He represents devotion. He is supporting the energy of the devil falling away. Okay? So this unassigned will thing that's getting in the way and potentially hurting our Monday guy, we need to be devoted. We need to show up knowing that this unassigned will, it's almost like not having intent and just moving forward blindly. We need to really be mindful about that and make sure on Wednesday that we've cleared out everything regarding that we are not moving forward without intention. We are moving forward with intention. So Wednesday is very, very clear about making sure that anything left over from that realization, that devil moment on Tuesday, that it's done, that you're done with it. Make sure. Because you need to move forward. Okay, Thursday, the 15th, the Six of Pentacles. This is a good card. This is ease and rest. You have your resource, you have your energy, maybe you have a full belly, maybe you have some time to yourself. It feels really good. Thursday is easy. Thursday is easy. Enjoy. Friday and so this is the 16th of January, we have a Four of Pentacles. Now, 4 is different than 6. Four is we're looking for stability. We're trying to build stability. But this 4, the Four of Pentacles, is often about lies, cheating, perfectionism. It's like all the ways that lack can show up in our lives. When this card comes up, me personally, I want to be very mindful of the way that I'm interacting with my resources. How am I spending money? Am I spending money on things I actually need? Am I spending time on things I actually need to get done? Or am I doing all of these superfluous things that I don't need to do? Because I'll do that now. Most of us will. So really look at your resources, your energy, your time, your money, your health, through the lens of, is this lack? Am I pigeonholing myself somehow? And then stop it. If you are. Stop it if you are. Most of us continue to show lack in multiple different ways in our lives. And that's because we're sort of trained into it. It's okay. What I mean by that is that there's something for most of us to find. Okay, no matter how long you've been working this, there's still going to be things for most of us to find. Don't get stuck in that. Well, I don't live in lack. I bet you do. I bet you do. I bet there are ways you do. or we'd all have perfect lives, right? Well, resource-wise. All right, and Saturday, January the 17th. Now, a lot of people do not like the 9 of Swords. I love this card. I don't feel like this is a bad card at all. This feels like sovereignty. This, to me, feels like realizing I don't have to cook a turkey for Thanksgiving if I don't want to. I can make spaghetti. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to spend 9 or 10 hours in the kitchen starting at 2 a.m. so that everybody can have Thanksgiving lunch that looks a specific. You don't have to do that. This card is about realizing there's a million trillion things like that in our lives that you don't have to do. You don't have to ever wear mascara again if you don't want. You don't have to wear socks again if you don't want. You can wear shorts year round if you want. You can. I mean, there might be consequences, but you get to do whatever you want. There's no one that can tell us who to be. And this card is a reminder of that, to honor ourselves and to honor our sovereignty, and maybe even look around and see, where am I beholden? Where am I still following rules that nobody's given me? Why am I doing this? That's good. This feels a little bumpy to me. It feels a little bumpy. It doesn't feel unmanageable. It just feels like a little bit of work, just some work. Okay, so the thing that's going to be supportive for us this week, the 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords is resignation. Being willing to just lay the sword down and say, it's fine. I don't need this today. I'm just going to lay this here. And I'm going to go do something else. I'm going to do something that's going to be helpful to me, or that I want to do, or that brings me joy, or that helps me with my energetic levels. I think as much as we can lean on our willingness to do that, again, this is another 4, it builds structure, it builds foundational stability. The thing we don't see coming, the 9 of Pentacles. So this can indicate a lot of different options. Now, sometimes when this card comes up, I feel like this means I'm going to have to tell people no, which is, I guess that's easy for some people. It's not always easy for many of us. But it's like I will have a pocket full of good ideas, good options, people that I can hang out with, things I can do, events that I can attend, ideas that I can follow, articles that I can read. There's going to be a plethora, and you're not going to see that coming. Try not to say yes to all of them. Try to be gentle with yourself. Manage your own energy and say no when you can. Thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate you as always, and I will see you next time. Thanks again.